story. The acting president, who is also a member of parliament for Bti West, Mr. Tsokhwane, has informed the residents of Orapa that government has revised the minimum wage for domestic and agricultural workers. The acting president said this while addressing a Khotla meeting at Orapa. With more.
This Khotla meeting paves way for the acting president's consultative meetings in his constituency, and when addressing residents of Orapa, he highlighted some of the government initiatives.
ka gore ga gona sepe se neng se ba itsa gore ba ka duela botoka go tsamaelaneng le seemo sa bone mme re ne ra ikano ka kgang ye ya minimum wage mme re na le minimum wage ye le gore ke a badisa le di house ba di maid mo di jarateng bone ke 1500 mme le bone ba le jaaka re bua ba di shopoling re tsholeditse minimum wage ya bone.
Residents shared some of their views with their member of parliament.
Re na le bothoki jo bo latelang re na le gone gore re thokana le bloko ja guidance and counseling re thokana le gone gore dilebo tsa rona di be di okediwa tse leng gore di teng gompieno gora gore ga di lekane dipalo tsa bana ba ileng gore na le bone mo nakong ya gompieno re bua ka lebo e tshwana le ate re bua ka lebo e tshwana le design and technology
go nne le kga ya gore gone jaaka dikompone go ba mo botetimo a motse o ne le dipole tse di bona kana o thabolwe ke ne kompone tebe e gweba ho ke zo di kgala tse ngwe tse ile gore gongwe ha ile gore ne ise mo molao motheo gongwe nka bo le tsentse
ni se jaaka re bua re ra buisana ga rena le dikompone a re ka di beela melao ya siri sephatlo wa twalo seru phatlo ba ta tsamaya ba go mahelo a mangwe ba go direla ko akere so re tshwanetse re dire melao e le gore le bone ke melao e ba ka isika ba bona gore nyami ga e re be thata ka go mosing.
Mr. Tsokhwane informed residents that the government is still reviewing minimum wage for other sectors of the economy that were not affected by the current review.
Still on the acting president, Mr. Tsokhwane's consultative meetings, he implored government departments to improve service delivery in the district. Mr. Tsokhwane said this when addressing a meeting of heads of departments in Letlhakane as part of his district meetings. With more.
When responding to the district development report for Bti West, the acting president advised departments to formulate strategies to address challenges facing their district.
There are also some gaps here and there as well. There are certain things that we need to improve as district leadership. We must come up with some initiatives responding to the population dynamics. We must be in a position to say, okay, the population report, census, what are we doing as a district? Butloki buhudi lejang, matshelo a batho atokagitse go le kahi. What is it that we are going to do? Planning for the next development plan or the next budget, what are we going to do? What are we going to drive?
The other issue can go the sub-district being upgraded to district level. The posts they were not there of higher responsibilities are coming to the district. Office accommodation is now becoming a challenge. Even the staff accommodation. Something that we need to understand about Letlhakane alone, prices are higher than that of Zahaburu.
Collaboration amongst government departments is said to be crucial in improving service delivery.
There is a lack of collaboration. And indeed, when you look at the report, can lack of collaboration. The report why it has been presented in silos. But me, we are all striving towards the attainment of our Vision 2036.
We need to change, mindset change, to the better, of course, or to the best. Report here na lise hela hore di gap tsone tse di buiwa molaodi le tsa bua ka tsone gore going forward we need gore re tswale di gap tse ga se go tswala di gap ka dishonesty ke go tswala di gap ka go ira tiro.
Mr. Sogwane emphasized on the importance of addressing poor academic results since Bti is one of the least performing districts in the country.
Good Hope District Council, in partnership with Construction Industry Trust Fund (CITF), constructed this two-bedroom house.
Tusang dialogane isimbahela atolo sangore le ire mo go teng database ke tsurla na le ra expression me ha gongwe bontse ga bo e bone gore bo gone go ikwala me ke letso ke gore nyena ba la logang gampeno ka mosobe le kgona go tshwara ka diatla.
Ipelege Skills Development Component has been formulated to enable beneficiaries to graduate from traditional Ipelege program by acquiring relevant skills that they will in future use to earn a living.
So the two di hange tse leng gore di netahaditswe ke ba Botswana Qualifications Authority. We offer registered qualifications. So di tangana tse re di hambana ba ke di tangana hala tse leng gore ga go tlhoka gore motho a go botsa gore se tsere go kae ke setangana sa CITF ga se go teng sa re nne ka re sa Ipelege nyana.
Akoma phata a maleba le di parastatale tse di ikemetseng bo Botswana Housing Corporation le rona hala le jaaka di matlo a bosha re le ke go bona re engage bana ba jang gore re ba godise talente ya bone.
17 graduates of Ipelege Skills Development Component, including the beneficiary, put their skills to the test in constructing this house.
Me ba berekile ka natla ba gaetso sengwe le sengwe se mo jarateng taratele e bona nye ntlwana ere ko morago ele le yone ntlo ke diatla tsa borre le bomme ba ba hamagana ba ne ba dira me go le bokete bogolo ja mo go nna coordinator ka gore e ne le lenaneo le lesha
tota ke a leboga le tsone ba diri ka nna le bone ke a ba leboga ka go nna pelotelele go tla go dira one tiro e re dirileng tota o thung ha ke na mahoko a pa mantsi o itse gore ke tletse boitumelo bo bontsi ke gore ga ke itse gore nka reng.
Meanwhile, Minister Dikoloti further expressed that this project aligns with the National Vision 2036 of achieving a knowledge-based economy and President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi's recent agenda, which sought to instill mindset change. Gilbert Mogorotsi, BTV News, Lorwana.
The Member of Parliament for Gaborone North, Mr. Balopi, has informed residents of Ledumang and Gaborone North on initiatives aimed at helping Botswana to have sustainable income. Mr. Balopi said this is through initiatives such as the Moletlotlo, among others, that can help alleviate poverty and sustain communities. Komiso Mapanyani and Bofelo Mutsumi with more.
The knowledge-based economy is considered one of the drives that can provide leverage for citizens to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. The Temolototo initiative is also said to be key to enhance transformation of citizens, giving more emphasis on agricultural produce that will eventually contribute to the country's food security and better the economy. Mr. Balopi encouraged Ledumang residents to be transformative in all aspects of entrepreneurship and considered Temolototo a drive to better their standard of living.
Lenaneo le lonele la Temolototo le itebagantse segolobogolo le maduo go ntsha maduo go na le go a go le mahela. Ano lenaneo le le batla gore wena o ikitee ka thupana o berekele ko pele o se ka jala mosakela mpeng wena we gore o leme ha o hetsa temo ya gago o roba e be le gone o ungwelwang ka gore mo le mo batla go ungwelwa a dirile bo mo sola thata batho mo letoto ke go leka gore bo rotloetse gore le gatshe la rona le ijesi le nne le dijo tse di lekaneng.
The Village Development Committee requested the upgrades of internal roads depending on their conditions.
Ne ra bona tsela e leng gore tlhokagala gore yone e ka tsengwa paving pele ga tsone tsotlhe ke nngwe e bidiwa go te mokaba yane go tlase ko gantse go bidiwang ko motlhware re ne re tlhopha yana re lebile gore ke gone ko metsi a tshologelang teng ga dipula dina go tswang ga be re tsamaya le ditsela tse ka go latelana ga tsone ka ga go elelang ka
Amidst of words of encouragement, members of Ledumang community raised concerns experienced in their area.
Minna ke na malaka na botlhoko thata ga o bua ka bana ba ba tsewang kganyi ke kganyi tlhare lebile thata batho a modimo e utlwisa botlhoko re boneng e utlwisa botlhoko e botlhoko tlhoko bo e leng gore
nna ke moipereki ke roka ditlhako ke rekisa shake basadi ba me ke motho helo e gore ke mohumanegi o ke tshetsang bana ba me ka tsela e ke e dirang ka yona ba gaetso ke a kgorelediwa ke ba molao ba nkgoreletsa go tshedisa basadi ba
bana ba rona ka go ntseng ka teng human trafficking ba gaetso ka ga re bona e gola ka teng ba mo kotsing mme ke dumela gore rotlhe re utlwile re tsibogetse kgannye ga se la ntlha o bua ka kganyone ya gore wa itshetsa mme ka re go itshetsa ga gago go kgorelediwa ke gore bangwe ba go kgoreletsa tsile ka tharabololo ga wa tla wa bua hela ka bothata tharabololo e ke dumela gore o tsile ka bone wa re segolo ga o ka batlelwa semausinyana se le gore se ka go haphela ga thoko gore o kgone gore o tsene moo o roke o kgona gore o roke ditlhago ka bontsi o di beho gongwe go ka gopotsa gore o rekise shake.
Batswana have been advised to continue registering for the upcoming 2024 general elections. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, G7 leaders have instructed all diamond-producing countries to send both rough and polished diamonds to Antwerp, Belgium, for certification in an effort to flush out Russian diamonds off their market. Botswana, whose economy relies heavily on diamond, is against this move. It says the cost and ripple effect of this move will result in dire consequences for Botswana.
Last month, G7 leaders took a decision that has dire consequences for diamond-producing countries. They say beginning of September this year, all rough and polished diamonds will only be certified by Belgium or else they will not buy. The move by G7 countries, as they say, is aimed at stopping Russian diamonds from reaching their market. This week, a team of G7 visited Botswana to learn about its diamonds journey. The consultation that this team is here for comes after a decision was made, only waiting to be enforced beginning of September this year.
We have a challenging task as a technical team to implement the G7 decision that's been taken, and we came here to be able to learn how the systems are working here so that we can ensure that the systems that are developed, that we've been directed to implement, don't have the dire outcomes that some of the questions know. That the system we're putting in place is one that does have again the mutual benefit to our markets to be sure that they are free from Russian diamonds.
The G7 technical team had no conclusive answers to all questions posed to them by the media on the ripple effects of this decision.
How fruitful is this consultation after the decision taken?
The statement made by the G7 leaders is the statement that was made by the G7 leaders, and we now have to implement how that's going to move forward.
As for Botswana, the consultation that they had with the team will somehow bear fruits, though chances are slim.
Forward that this consultation will now be more fruitful with the information that they now possess about Botswana and why we cannot really go for the single node. So we're hoping that the continuum of this conversation will actually yield positives for Botswana, and hence propel our beneficiation and development trajectory, because that is really the key to improving the lives of Botswana.
Satisfied with what they've seen, inconclusive as we may, in terms of what really we are going to be doing from here. I think the general understanding is that they've seen, they've had, they'll go back and we will continue to dialogue.
With this new order of mining and selling of diamonds, many producing countries such as Botswana are left with a mountain to climb, as they were excluded from the onset when decisions were made. What happens next, time will tell. On Bti News, Gaborone.
Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Cleveland Maribe, says Botswana stands on the side of the cessation of war and ending of the human strife in the Israel-Palestine war. Maribe said this on the sidelines of the just-ended ministerial meeting on the 19th non-aligned movement, where he delivered the Botswana statement. He said the Israel-Palestine issue dominated the two-day ministerial meeting. The meeting paves way for the Heads of State Summit, which begins tomorrow. And Maribe said President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, who is the current chair of the landlocked developing countries, will lobby for support for these nations as he prepares for a major summit to be held in Rwanda later in the year. The heads of state will look at their resolutions from the ministerial meeting, wherein the Kampala Declaration will be drawn from. You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now moving on, Chief Magistrate at Molepolole Magistrate Court, Mr. Bti North, this morning extended bail of the three accused persons in the murder case of three children near Boataname village in the Kwenin district. The magistrate's order comes at a time when the murderer accused person, Mr. Rakola John Rakola Katleho Rakola and Basebonyi Rakola, were appearing for mention. Nkutule Tamahe and Samantha Khabaime reports.
The accused persons, Rakola John Rakola, age 79 years, Katleho Rakola, age 32, together with Basebonyi Rakola, age 50 years, are all facing 3 counts of murder. According to the charge sheet, the accused persons on the 28th of December 2023 in the Tuten settlement near Boataname village in the Kwenin district murdered Penyo Ratlaha. In count 2, the accused persons are also facing a count of murder of Milili Khatlang, an incident which occurred on the 28th of December 2023 in the Tuten settlement. In count 3, the accused persons Rakola John Rakola, Katleho Rakola, together with Basebonyi Rakola, on the 28th of December 2023, near the Tuten lands near Boataname village, acted together to murder Pakoma Khalakadi. The state prosecutor Sub-Inspector Maureen Sekgokgo told a packed court that the accused persons were granted bail yesterday by the Lobatse High Court, citing that investigations are still ongoing. Sekgokgo told the court that they have taken the corpse of the 3 murdered children for post-mortem and they are still awaiting results. The prosecutor requested the court to give them more time to conduct investigations as they are complex. Magistrate Tonoki acceded the request of the prosecution team and urged them to present the outcomes of the post-mortem to court once they are released. The magistrate said the offense committed by the accused persons is a serious one and needs extensive investigations. The first accused person, Rakola John Rakola, the second accused person, Katleho Rakola, and the third accused person, Basebonyi Rakola, told the court that they have nothing to say. Molepole Chief Magistrate Bti North has extended the accused bail and will appear again on the 23rd of April 2024. Unkutule Thamage, BTV News, Molepolole.
Mopani Gold Mine in the 30 East constituency has assured residents of Matsiloje that the mine will take full responsibility for the maintenance of houses that have developed cracks as a result of blasting operations at their open pit open pit mine located near the village. Residents had lodged a complaint about this issue through their Member of Parliament, Dr. Douglas Lutsela-Thebe, saying the new shaft of the hills of the village is bringing more sorrow than good, and that they have several meetings with the mining company with no solution.
Matwaruna kreki ha gona kgato epe e khotsohatseng e supang gore nya ne batho ba Matsiluye ka le senyegetso re na le lona thusoki ha iyo.
Residents of Matsiluye says mining in the new shaft on the hills of the village is bringing more sorrow than good in their lives. They noted that dust from the haul trucks and the cracking of their houses is an unbearable experience for them. There has been back and forth meetings between residents and the Mopani gold mine with no solution to this problem, hence pleading with the area Member of Parliament to intervene.
Mesa na balla ka sone sengwe ke yona kgang ya gore bana ba tshepisitswe gore tsone di EIA impact environmental impact assessment tse tsotlhe tse e leng gore di sireletsa banni kana di sireletsa dithoto tsa batho ba ba pileng le mine di diriwe mme hala se ba se makallang go gore se ba se boleletsweng o ka re ga se sone se se nnang teng batho ba hetse ba tshogela gore boitumelo jwa bona jana ba itumela gore mine o butswe e tare ngwaga tse thano tse ditang batho botlhe ba ba go thola batho botlhe ba lwa ka asthma ke kgang kgolo le yone gore ba bua gore air pollution le role le le tswa mo dikolong tsa lona ka kwa ga se lone le di siameng kgang kgolo le yone gore re boneng gore what could be done go ka batla the alternative routes kana go ka tshela metsi mo ditseleng tseo kana re ka thusana yang.
The community is not asking too much from the mine. They want the gold production company to take responsibilities of the damages caused on their properties.
We are very, very worried. They are far beyond the dedicated 500 radius of 500 meters.
Kana silwe sa rona ke gore mantlo a krekegile re nele assurance ya gore wa baakanya kampo ga wa baakanya hela
mo mantung a krekileng a mo teng ga 500 meters ga rena bothata le one provided report ya baseline ga e supe gore ke baseline report e dirilweng before go mainiwa gore mantu ao a na ntse a sa cracka gale mme report e ke e tshwereng ye ya batho ba ba le mo teng ga lesakana lone leo mantu a mangwe a na ntse a crackile gale ka le supetsa dinepe e teng gone a na ntse a crackile gale mme ditshenyo tse dingwe ga re lebelela mo bukeng ye ke tse re di ithetseng yaanong mme ke helela ke re mo teng ga lesakana leo la 500 tota ga rena go nganga mo gontsi.
The community is assured that environmental impact assessment was done to mitigate any challenges that may arise, such as this one.
Ne ke re ke sope le gore ka ga molao lo sireleditswe go gaisa se se salang hela ke gore go diragadiwe le thusaneng le buisaneng le mopane le maloba re ntse re le gona ne ke re kana re itse re court so a re santse re le a re buisana nna re dumela gore le buisaneng pele le exhausting all the means.
Bti East lawmaker, who is also the Minister of Education and Skills Development, encouraged his constituents to join hands with Mopani Gold Mine to find a long-lasting solution that will benefit the two parties, as the existence of this mine has provided employment opportunities for the locals and also contributes to the country's economy. Bethany Mandu, BTV News, Matsiluye.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us, Tato Khosimore, on standby to take you through the world of sport.
It is that time of the afternoon where we bring you In Context a sports update brought to you by Tato Kosumre. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at our top story this afternoon. Starting with Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia, Ross Branch bagged his second stage win of the championships as he won stage 11 to remain in the hunt of the historic podium finish. Branch pushed hard in the 420-kilometer stage from Alula to Yambu as he tried to close the gap between him and overall leader Ricky Babrek of USA. Branch and his Hero Motorsport bike won the stage in 4 hours and 51 minutes, which was some 32 seconds ahead of Babrek, while Adrien Van Beveren of France. Branch still second in the general standings behind Ricky Babrek, who leads him by 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Branch will now hope Lady Luck will be on his side tomorrow in the last stage if he's to win the bike category. The stage is a 328 kilometers ride around the Yambu. All the best to you, Kalahari, in your last lap at the Dakar Rally. Moving on, the Botswana national softball team is in camp until the 28th of this month in preparations for the 18th WBSC Men's Softball World Cup qualifiers to be hosted in Limpopo, South Africa on the 26th of February. This was revealed by the team's coach, Tony Moyo, who said the camp will be used to train a preliminary roster of 30 players who will be trimmed to 16 players.
Moyo further stated that a total of 30 players have been included in the list, including Kersho Mogale, a two-time World Cup pitcher who led Botswana to an 8th place finish in 2017, making the playoffs for the first and only time. Moyo said they are using the training camp to assess the endurance and strength of the players, as they will be selecting the final 16 national team players who will represent Botswana in South Africa. Botswana will be aiming for first position and will need to defeat their nemesis in the host South Africa.
Se se botlhokwa pankanyo ya rona ha ke yone ta re bontshang gore step by step re bata go ira yang. Tota the ultimate goal ke go wina bosimega jwa di qualifiers. Since I recall the last time re tsholetsa trophy ke ka 2003 ele zone 6.
The absence of local softball league hinders coaches' performances at national team level.
Gona inactive for a long time. Gona le sabe sentse mo performancing ya di player, but ha lekile teng players ba tshameka, we see them ba assess the performance tsa bone, ba bona ba bangwe ba tshameka yang, and be able to rise to the occasion when given an opportunity. Tournament ke kganya gore one player in a tournament can turn out to be on top of the player tournament, but in a regular season we tell gore ke motho sokola. So tournament, they've got its own moments. A player can rise to the occasion, a player probably can choke.
Botswana, which is ranked number 33 with 33 points in the WBSC Men's Softball World Ranking, will play in South Africa for one of the 2 available spots for the African continent in the World Cup. The last time Botswana played in the qualifiers, they were knocked out by South Africa by 4 runs to 3 in the finals of the qualifiers last year.
So as dilo dintseng ka teng right now, WBC e chanchila format ya go tshamekela World Cup. So this is the first stage se re tabera go go sone. After qualifying, ra go the second stage, and qualifying on the second stage, that means we'll have that opportunity to final next year.
Botswana's last appearance in the Men's Softball World Cup was in Prague in 2019 when they finished on 14th place. 8 players from that team are included in this preliminary roster, including position players such as pitcher Kersho Mogale, Brian Dikoka, Tsepoditiro Onasugudu and Offense Kitsugile, among others, will be representing Team Botswana in the qualifiers scheduled from February 26 to March 3rd in Limpopo, South Africa. Sehwalame, Baeng, Bti Sport, Gaborone.
Still in softball, coach Tony Moyo stated that the team of coaches and management that he was appointed with to bring to the table different skills, something that he says will help him in run as they aim to qualify for this year's World Cup to be held in Prince Albert, Canada, and Oklahoma City, USA. The four personnel includes two assistant coaches, Tebogo Makakana, Tapiso Utimile, development coach Juri Manaka, and the manager McDonald Fulugang.
Monate ke gore ke ba katisi bo thebeleng gore ke a ba itse, and then mongwe wa bone re tshamekile mmogo ko national teaming, and then the assistant coach Tebogo Makachana ke motho eleng gore has a winning record le team ya go ko police, and then he brings his experience ya go wina. And then we also have Coach Tapiso elong gore he's a teacher ko LSS, and he comes from a winning background, having excelled for a long time ko LSS with his boys and girls. Kita kopehelo Batswana, the friends of softball, ba re supporte, ba re rotloetse, ba re encourage, ba nne positive all the time, and go aga diplara tsa rona, and ba ye ko Limpopo ke AFCON hela ba te gore support, and it will be highly much appreciated.
Moving on to AFCON 2023, Morocco started the game on a positive note and outplaying Tanzania. The Atlas Lions defeated the Taifa Stars 3-0 courtesy of Romain Saisi, Azidane Onami, and Youssef Enezri. In the other group F fixture, DR Congo had a tightly contested affair ending in a draw against Zambia. The AFCON games are to continue this evening. Equatorial Guinea will go against Guinea-Bissau in Group A, while the host Cote d'Ivoire face off against Nigeria, and Egypt will play Ghana in the Angola Group B game. That's it from In Context Sports Update. In Context continues on the other side. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
So your long-term financial goals, mostly we want now to say my family home should be in place. I should have had, or I should be in a position where I've worked on my first degree or on my education to the certificate.